Yeah, rolling.
I was just gonna say, like, picking my nose.
Get it. Make sure there's no bugs for the people. Hey guys,
All my people.
Hopefully we're booger free. All my people. Today's episode, we're talking hospitality industry stories.
True that. Why?
Why? Because we are transitioning into becoming transformational coaches for hospitality professionals, using our yoga, meditation, mindfulness, exercise techniques, goal planning techniques, learning more, understanding yourself from psychological and behavioral and yogic perspective.
Boom.
Like Ayurvedic science, understanding your dosha makeup, how you should be eating certain things, certain foods, and all that kind of stuff. But that's our program. But we wanted to start sharing just some funny, interesting stories about us working in the hospitality industry. So you can, those of you out there who may be following us can get to know more about, okay, these guys are talking about hospitality, but what have they done in hospitality, right? So
what's their experience? So
I didn't really ever go into management or anything. Just this. I didn't really ever go into management or anything. Kayla did. He worked up to general manager for Flatbread Neapolitan Pizzeria, right? Really cool restaurant, downtown Boise. But we have tons of stories.
Right, because I've been in the industry for 15 years now. Cody was in the industry.
I was in for a while, but I got out in. I never went back once we left to go to basic training, right? So that was 2008.
Right. Yeah.
2008, 2009-ish. That's when I got out of working in restaurants and stuff. First started out like bussing tables, worked up to like serving, and then like the pinnacle of my serving front of the house career was at Gamekeeper. It was like a really cool, nice restaurant inside of a hotel downtown Boise called the Wahi Plaza. Anyways, and I got tons of stories from there, but I'm like, Kayla, kick it off. And the whole point here, we're going to share some funny stories just for entertainment. All you guys who work in the hotel or restaurant industry, we all can relate to some of the funny stories that can be told. And we're also going to connect those stories back to how we take pride in our job too. So, Kayla, I know you got a bunch of
I served Dave Chappelle.
You served Dave, huh?
Yeah.
What was that like? Was he like just a normal guy, or
normal? Yeah, it wasn't.
But was he like charismatic? Was he quiet?
He was charismatic. And then I also served Tiffany Amber Thiessen. She was
that's right. What was she from?
Saved by the Bell.
Who did she play?
Kelly Kapowski.
Okay.
I served her at the bar at P.F. Chang's.
How old is she? Isn't she like
she's
in her 40s or 50s now? Because she was older than us when we were watching that show.
Yeah.
She looked good for her age?
Oh yeah. Okay. She's gorgeous. She was drinking Ferrari Carano white wine. Remember that?
Yep.
So in the industry you get to serve, you have the opportunity sometimes to serve famous people, which is really cool. And but I think it's important when you do have the opportunity that you have to don't fangirl over them and
just be good at your craft as a server, right?
Yeah.
Because they'll respect because even though you're quote unquote below them in success status, I think that a master of their craft that transcends all statuses.
Yeah, for sure.
So when somebody sees like a server who's like really committed to their craft, even if you're like some rich person, that's why some servers will they think it's a really high esteem, like when they do things like serve the president.
Right.
So you're being a servant, but like when you're being a servant and you're doing it like skillfully, it becomes like an art form almost. Right. Like in being a chef, being a server, even being a manager, there's an art form to it. You've learned from some of your mentors like the art of management.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
So, what about some funny stories? Any funny stories?
You tell one. I'm going to think.
Oh, come on. What about, tell them about your guys' funny little tradition at PF Chang's. So, Kayla was part of an original crew who opened the PF Chang's.
Yeah.
And they had this little funny little thing they did when people would leave from the original crew. Do you not want to talk about this?
What?
Are you really that worried about it? What?
What would we do?
You guys would take something from the restaurant.
Oh.
You guys would you'd take a little something as a reminder from the original
That's
restaurant, right? And so before you tell them what you took, I'll even show them what you took. But who else took stuff when they would leave? Who started that?
I don't remember.
But people would like steal little things from little stupid little things from the restaurant, things, right?
Yeah.
And so Kayla, she took this thing. What did you guys use this for?
It was the chopstick box.
You would like bring it to the table.
Uh-huh.
And like they would pick chopsticks out of it.
Yep. Because it isn't very sanitary if you think about it.
Or this thing right here.
Yep.
So this is Kayla's little keepsake reminder from her being an original
Because I worked
opener
there
of that Boise location, right?
Yeah, I worked there for like 8, almost 9 years.
It's a long time.
Started as a hostess. Oh, one time as a hostess, our uniform was just all black. And you could wear whatever color shoes, and I had these really cute purple heels that I would wear.
I remember them.
And one night, the heel broke on my shoe, and so I had to walk around all lopsidey.
Oh my goodness.
And also another time, the seam in the back of my pants ripped open.
Ooh,
and
fun.
I had to find a scarf in the lost and found and tie it around my waist so that you couldn't see my booty.
Oh my god.
And I had no idea how long it had been ripped.
Oh really? You're just walking on butt. Oh my hair doesn't play. Your butt is just freaking
I don't know.
Out there, huh?
I'm not sure.
Lucky them.
So you're welcome.
You're welcome, world.
Whoever saw that. So yeah, I started as a hostess, worked up to server assistant, which was like busser, runner, to server, to bartender, and then
that's when we met. That when you were like server assistant, right?
Yeah.
That's when, I worked in the kitchen and in pantry. She was front of the house, so we developed a little flirting relationship through the window. You guys, all you out there who work in restaurants know what the window is.
The window to the
kitchen.
wall. And I was always impressed because I was telling Cody this yesterday, but he always put out beautiful food. Like you could tell that he really cared about his job and ensuring that the guests got the highest quality. Well,
honestly, I really sure. I mean, I didn't really care about the guests as much because I wasn't in that hospitality mindset in turn. Necessarily, I was more. It was kind of more selfish and prideful. Like I more wanted to make Danny proud.
Yeah.
Danny was the culinary partner, and I said it on LinkedIn the other day, and it's true. You know, he impacted me in my life. I mean, there's lots of other things as well, but he was a figure in my life that impacted me in terms of my mindset and the work ethic because he just taught me the mindset of getting after it, and when the shit hits the fan, how to dig in and push out food without cutting too many corners and decreasing the quality, right? But I got some funny stories too. So that's good. It's fun to tell the funny story because all those exist in that industry because you gotta have fun at work somehow, right? And you don't want to take it over the line, right? I think we did quite a bit, But I got so many. When I left PF Chang's. My last night, Danny wasn't there, unfortunately. But we were getting video of all these crazy things we were doing. I think I ate an entire tried to eat an entire chocolate wall. It's like the big chocolate cake they have. I ordered the oolong sea bass for my last meal.
That was so good.
They all cornered me, and I wore this Under Armour thing, a really tight fitting shirt under my chef coat. And I take it off and I was closing it clean. They all got up and attacked me with some whipped cream things, like grabbed on my neck and like under my shirt like this, and they puffed up my Under Armour with whipped cream. And after that, I was all sticky, so I went in the back of the kitchen where you couldn't, it was way in the back, and there were drains. And we got these 2 big, huge plastic buckets. They're called Cambros. They hold 22 quarts of water, and there's 2 guys on each side of me with full of water. Got a video of me saying,
what did you say?
"Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and this is a P.F. Chang shower." And I would turn sideways like this, and all of a sudden 2 walls of water were coming in, just completely. And hey,
you were sending Danny all.
I was sending these videos to Danny. He was getting all mad. He's like, "This is what you guys do when I'm not around." And no, that was we never would do like that much stuff. Sure, there was always goofing around and whatnot, but never to the point of being too unethical. This is my last night. We're getting crazy. We sending him videos of all this stuff. And what else? I got other stories like Gamekeeper and other places, but we'll stick with P.F. Chang's on this theme. We pulled a April Fool's prank on like April, and I cannot remember his name. Anthony. It was Anthony. Mm-hmm. What was his last name?
Oh, I can't remember.
Anthony, if you're out there, comment below. Anyways, all the managers that were in the kitchen, or sorry, in the office doing whatever. So me and Carl, remember Carl? Mm-hmm. Me and Carl, I forget his last name too. I can't remember his last name. Anyways, I have a bad memory when it comes to that. But we had like been fake bickering all day long, trying to set up this April Fool's joke we were gonna pull on them. We were kind of fake bickering on the line, like we made it seem like these guys are like just butting heads all day long, and then we waited till everybody was back in the office. We made this fake blood out of like the cornstarch and the really dark Chang sauce and some of the raspberry dress to make it look like a dark red color. We put some on his nose, and like I put some on my knuckles, I think. And he goes walking back into the bathroom that's right by the office. He slams the door. I'm like, "Come out, motherfucker!" I was like, "Don't you say that about my mom ever again." Just making up this fake fight that happened in the line. And then all the management's like, "What's going on? What's happening?" And I'm banging on the door. He's yelling from inside the bathroom. I'm yelling from outside the door. He finally opens the door, and like we're all in each other's face, and they like had to pull us apart. And they think that we fought. And then like I take my apron off, I throw it down, and I quit. I walk outside, and then I just waited until they realized it was a big prank. Jeez. But we faked this big old like fake fight, and I got more stories too.
There's so many. This one, there was this girl, and it was her 21st birthday, and this always reminds me of Taylor Maservi because we were both hosting together.
Your 21st, you said?
Not mine. There was a girl there, and
okay.
She was, indulging. It was her 21st birthday, but she was walking around going, "It's my birthday, bitches!" That always reminds me of Taylor, because
you guys
were there together. And we always just said it to each other.
I love Taylor Maservi.
Me too.
I know you're probably watching this. You're an awesome follower, and we love you. We know you're watching. We love you.
We love you.
No, she's cool. And how long did she work at Chang's? Was she an original opener too?
I think she worked there longer than I did. Yeah.
She was an original opener of that restaurant?
Yeah.
The Boise P.F. Chang's?
I think she made it 10 years, probably. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
She eventually got out of the restaurants.
Yeah.
I think she was a dental hygienist like Allie wasn't she? For a little bit?
That's what she does.
Okay, she still does that.
Yeah.
Anyways, funny stories. I'll tell one more quick one. We used to, at the Waihi Plaza, this is a silly one. It's stupid, but it's fun. And it's harmless. You get we had these like pieces of lettuce they had pre-cut up for the garnishes for some of the dishes. You go in the kitchen, we'd grab one of these pieces of lettuce, and we'd wait till somebody wasn't paying attention, sneak up behind them, we'd like drape this piece of lettuce on their shoulder, because you can't really feel it, right? And they'll be walking around, and they'll be working. This piece of lettuce hanging off their shoulder. A lot of times they'll go to tables and they'll reach over and it'll fall off on your table.
Where did that come
the customer will be like, "You got something on your shoulder." We'd be those are harmless, fun ones. But then another one I like to tell is the tray jack, the infamous. Everybody uses a tray jack when you're serving or walking. got the tray, the food, you got the tray jack, the wooden thing that splits up, that kind of opens up into that cross-legged stand.
Mm-hmm.
You set the tray down on the. So we would put the rubber bands around the ends of the tray jack. So when you grab it, because I always grab it from the middle, right? They're walking out and they go to whip it out to like open it, but the rubber bands make it snap back on your hand. So you're sitting there going, and then eventually you have to like put it down and go find another one. Anyway, stupid things like that.
Working in restaurants is fun.
But like we said earlier, here's where, we get off the shenanigans and get onto the craft. Tegan's saying something. Hey, hold on one sec, okay, babe? We're almost done. We look at our jobs like as a server, bartender, a cook, right? Even a prep cook. We take pride. We take pride in what we do as a craft.
Right.
You take it as far as an art form. Some people take it so serious, like they buy their own knives. Like it's culinary. Like you may not like when we worked with Danny, he passed a lot of his knowledge on to us. So it felt P.F. Chang's was great because it's very culinary. There's a lot of prep going on, a lot of good. They make a lot of their own sauces and stuff. It's very cool. And so having good leaders like Danny and like for you, Denton and who else?
And
CJ.
Yep. And
what's his last name?
I don't remember.
He was a regional manager of P.F. Chang's, right?
And Robert Lumsden, the owner of Flatbread, him and his wife. And
was his wife's name Lisa? Okay.
Just everyone that managed there, April and Chris, and
we had some good leaders. And at the time, like honestly, like my failings was at the time was we talk about yoga, meditation, mindfulness, right? If I had better mindfulness back then, I think I could have avoided a lot of just button heads, like just that interpersonal communication, right? Even though I had the mindset of the craft of serving or cooking, right? I was still missing out on. Well,
it's serving. It's service.
Being mindful.
Like you're literally serving your guests.
Right, but I'm also talking. Yes, and that would have helped me a lot better as a server too. Like you will make better tips if you're mindful about. It sounds weird, but actually giving generous, loving kindness to your guests.
Absolutely, it makes a huge difference. If you're just walking around blindly like a robot, you're not going to make those connections with your guests. They're not going to come back. They're not going to go tell their friends, "Oh, I had."
It makes you want to come back.
Yeah, exactly. You want to make every experience one of a kind, so that those people come back to see you. They bring their friends bring their friends, and then you continue to make money.
And it's one of a kind because every person's a different person.
Right.
So even though the restaurant's the same, the menu's the same, all that's the same. What's different is like your interaction with that specific person. But
everyone has different needs.
But then also interacting with your coworkers. So, anyways, guys, yoga, meditation, mindfulness. We have all the funny stories to tell. But if you look back and consider a lot of your failures in the industry, most of it stems from lack of mindfulness and lack of extending that loving kindness to your guests.
Right.
And that's what makes a really exceptional hospitality professional.
Right.
And that's what we teach in our program. We teach yoga, meditation, mindfulness.
YMM.
YMM, baby. To a point of learning how to cultivate loving kindness, not only for your careers, but also for your families. Mm-hmm. Because we know how hard it is to maintain work-life balance as a hospitality pro. So, thanks for watching, guys. As always, subscribe, hit that like button, drop us some comments. We just wanted to share some fun stories, but also talk about, some of the people who've inspired us and the craft of being a server or a cook or a chef. Big shout out to Danny Larson, Rick Sordahl, Dana Sordahl, Carrie Driggs, Denton Musser,
Robert, Mike Carroll, Ashley Washburn,
Ashley. We're forgetting one. Cameron.
Cameron Stark.
Yep. So, anyways, thanks for being such great inspirational leaders, you all, and hope you enjoyed our episode. And as always,
B.Bloomed.
Bye.
Adios.